This is a long tail cast on, and as the name implies, you need a long tail. I usually measure out about 3 to 4 times the width of whatever it is I want to cast on. So if I only want about 4 inches, I'll do maybe 16 or so, maybe a little extra just to be sure. You need less extra as it gets a lot wider because you don't need quite so much. Now you can start with a slip knot, but instead what I like to do is drape that place that I've measured over my left index finger and thumb, holding the tails with the rest of my hand. Then for the very first stitch, I put my needle on the far side, kind of trapped here between the yarn and my hand, pull it out and get a little twist, and that's going to be my first stitch. Again, you can do a slip knot if you prefer. Now, moving forward, I'm going to bring the needle down to the base of my thumb, go up into that loop that's around my thumb, over and around to grab the yarn from my index finger, come back down through the loop on my thumb and out towards me, release my thumb. I'm still holding on down here. My thumb just goes behind this strand here and moves it towards my body, and I'm ready to go from there. So to repeat, needle goes to the base of my thumb, up into that loop, go over to grab on my yarn from my index finger, down through my thumb loop towards me, pull my thumb out and put it behind this strand, move it towards me, and that does two things. It tightens the last stitch, although I do want to leave it a little loose, and also gets me ready for the next step. Sometimes it's called a slingshot cast on because you can see it kind of feels like I'm holding a slingshot on my left hand here. And once you are comfortable with it, it's quite fast. A key to making it a little bit loose so you still have a nice flexible edge is to make sure that you only pull on this yarn on your thumb until you feel resistance. So just till you kind of feel something fighting you, don't yank as tight as you can, and don't pull back on the yarn on your index finger. So your stitches should move easily on your needle. Now, once you're comfortable with it, this can go quite fast. I'm going to go at my speed right now. This is not sped up. That is actually how I cast on my stitches because I've had a lot of practice and I like to be efficient. And you can see I'm running out of tail here, so I'm going to stop. But again, long tail cast on, also called a double-stranded cast on or slingshot cast on. It gives you a really nice edge. I like to start, if I'm working flat, I like to start with a wrong side row because this looks like the wrong side to me. And it is nice and flexible if you do it just a little bit loose like that. Enjoy!